I
You smell
recognize that aroma. It smells like the weekend.
It smells like the weekend. And
a smoke-filled.
We're going to be all right. I think we're going to be okay.
Think so?
Yeah, I think we're past this. Hope so.
Yeah.
Happy Friday, everybody. 7th day of September, 2018. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Thanks for starting your day with us and your weekend with us. Dan Kuntz, your host. Steve Hare, news director, hanging around, and also Kat in control on a Friday. A huge show for you today. It's going to be a 5-star show.
Excellent.
I'm on record to say that. Steve's got a bunch of news to get to. We'll be handling all the other stuff. I don't know how Eric crammed all the sports in, but he wrote me 9 pages of sports. We'll cram through all of that. The obscure holiday today in history, birthdays. Everyone is entitled to Mike Minotti's opinion. Second half of the program, my conversation with Norma Scovill and Becky Elwell from Cancer Care of North Central Washington. Their big open house celebrating their 25th anniversary is this Sunday. They came in yesterday. Lovely couple of ladies, and it's a great conversation. You don't want to miss that. That's coming up in the second half of the program. We'll also have the latest air quality for North Central Washington. Things got a little nasty yesterday afternoon, so they did not play soccer.
No, they didn't. Air quality concerns there. I guess if it gets above 150 on that scale, they're going to cancel those events or bring them indoors at least.
Yeah, well, soccer you can't really play indoors. It just doesn't work that way. So Eastmont was supposed to host Kashmir girls soccer, and we were supposed to televise it. They had to at least postpone the game, but I don't know if they're going to reschedule or not. It's a non-league game. So they got to find an open date in the calendar, and that's not necessarily an easy thing to do. Sorry about that, folks. Nothing we can do about it. All that stuff's coming up. You ready to go around the valley? Because we got a lot to get to.
I think about you got to explain the shirts first of all.
I'm a Yankee. What?
Big game weekend?
Yeah, here we go, baby.
Big game weekend, Mariners, Yankees.
Yeah, I'm ready.
And I got a big football game tomorrow. My USC Trojans taking on the Stanford Cardinal.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Enough said.
Enough said. Around the valley we go with our Valley View cameras.
I just lost a lot of my supporters.
Yeah, you did. I don't know about you. Good morning, Wenatchee Valley. Not nearly as smoky and hazy as it was yesterday. That camera's pulled back a little bit. Our brand new 4K camera. You know why they call it a 4K camera? It cost $4,000.
Oh.
No, it didn't. I'm just making that up.
Could have fooled me.
Air quality right now is 109. Yesterday at this time, it was considerably worse. So I think we're going to be okay. And we got a little bit of wind and maybe even a little bit of rain coming our way tonight, spilling into Saturday. Details are coming up. Camera 2, Kat says. And we don't know. Kat decides and we look and we say that's downtown Wenatchee from the Cascadian, I'm sure. Looking down Wenatchee Avenue.
Yeah, that looks a lot better than yesterday.
It does, doesn't it? And look how much the Sunny Slope area has been growing over the last 15, 20 years.
Oh, boy. Since I moved here in '92, I'll tell you, I've seen tremendous growth both there and to the east up on the Fancher Plateau.
The Fancher Plateau, of course, was really nothing. You know, it was just nothing up there except the Clyde Pangborn Hugh Herndon Monument, and that was it. But of course, Sunny Slope, they're doing what they've been doing for the last 50 years, ripping out orchards and putting in houses. Camera 3 is a beautiful view of Rock Island. The Rock Island line is a mighty good line,
That's
Steve.
a dramatic shot there.
That's a really good shot. Beautiful Rock Island. There's the golf course. I have 3-putted that many, many times.
I guess you can call that kind of a coulee, can't you?
Yeah, I think you can call it one of those. Good morning, Rock Island. Good to have you on board. We are the number 7 rated morning television show in the greater Rock Island area. Camera 4 is a shot up of Nanapoc Ridge, looking, and that's moving around a little bit there.
That little bit of a breeze.
Oh, is that Nanapoc or is that Two Rivers? That's Two Rivers. Okay, that's my bad. So I want to say you can barely make out Mount Adams, I believe, is that snow-capped peak there. That's looking up the White River Valley, by the way, Steve.
Significantly more clear up there, too.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That's right at the top of, right at the head of Lake Wenatchee, looking up that beautiful area. That's a good place to go this weekend.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I love the Lake Wenatchee area. It's one of my favorite places to visit, no question about that. 4 minutes after the hour, let's take a look at your air quality for this Friday morning. And we'll start out with Wenatchee. There we are, 109, unhealthy for sensitive groups is where we're sitting at, as we mentioned yesterday. We got up to 165. Here's our 3-day history for the Wenatchee area, and there you go. You can see those little peaks yesterday afternoon. Right about 165 is where we got yesterday afternoon, which is why they did not play soccer in East Wenatchee yesterday. It got above that 150 mark, which means no outdoor activity. Speaking of 150, that's where Chelan is right now, Steve. Right at that cusp of unhealthy, and Chelan had a really bad day yesterday. They got up to 310. That's hazardous. There's Chelan's 3-day history. See how it peaked into that dark purple. You don't want to see that. Poor Chelan's had a really tough go of it the last month or so since we were dealing with
They've
the
had the
smoke.
last couple of years.
Yeah, it's not, sorry Chelan, nothing we can do about that. So air quality should be improving because we have a cold front that's going to come in tonight. It's going to bring us a little chance of rain, and it's going to pick up the wind a little bit, and the wind's going to be blowing in the right kind of direction. It's not going to bring the smoke down from the north from Cougar Creek and fire, which is still pretty much contained, but it's still burning in the interior of it, plus the fires up in British Columbia. We should be all right. Let's take a look at your forecast from the National Weather Service.
I'm going to apologize for this
Oh,
before I read
Kat's apologizing because it looks like that.
because it looks bad.
It doesn't look bad. We can make it out. I'll just walk you through it. Sunshine this morning, clouds this afternoon. Steve, about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, we'll have mostly cloudy skies.
How about the wind?
Wind today, nothing. Wind tonight, yeah. Northwest wind 5 to 6 miles an hour, switching to southeast this afternoon. But now the cold front comes in. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, a little breezy tonight. It'll be cloudy in the early evening hours, then clears out as the system scours out the skies. Overnight low about 60. Northwest wind tonight, Steve, 7 to 16 miles an hour. Not a big chance of rain tonight, about a 20% chance of a passing shower tonight. Saturday, sunshine, breezy. High of 77, wind out of the west, 7 to 11 miles an hour. Mostly cloudy Saturday night, no real wind to speak of. Sunday, the cold front continues to come through, mostly sunny and a high of 78, so these temperatures are cool. Best chance of measurable rain, we get to Tuesday night, and Wednesday. Slight chance of rain tonight, only 20%, but it's enough to mention. And then we're pretty dry from Saturday all the way through Monday night, and then another system will give us a chance of rain as a trough comes in Tuesday all the way through Thursday, kind of showers hit and miss.
Could see some lightning as well with those
Slight chance.
storms
Yep.
next week.
Slight chance. So there's your weather forecast on this Friday. A friendly reminder, tomorrow on the 8th means 2 more weeks of summer, and then we switch over to autumn on September 22nd. Yeah, summer is slipping away from us. 7 minutes after the hour. The news with Steve Hare is next, brought to you by our friends at Cascade Medical. Trained with a physical therapist who loves the outdoors as much as you do. Cascade Medical, partners in your health.
The physical therapists at Cascade Medical love the outdoors as much as you do. But sometimes where there's love, there's also pain. Let us help you get back to the activities that you love. Cascade Medical, partners in your health.
NCW Life Channel is proud to present the Spotlight on Business. We're going behind the scenes to bring you the story of local businesses throughout North Central Washington. How did they get started, and why are they so successful? We'll answer these and other questions each week with Spotlight on Business, Sundays through Fridays on the NCW Life Channel.
And now it's time for your local news update with Steve Hare.
Good morning and welcome back to the program. In the news around North Central Washington for this Friday, September 7th, afraid of police continue their investigation into a shooting that occurred last night in the Basin Street area. Now, the incident forced the closure of State Route 28 for several hours in the vicinity of the town's Walmart store. Police say they responded in the 6 o'clock hour to reports of multiple gunshots at the Shortstop gas station and at the Tienda Mexicana Veracruz restaurant. About a 2-block area there that you can see on our map. Shooting had ended when officers arrived, but one person had been wounded. The scene was secured. Injured person was transported to the hospital, but the extent of injuries is not known at this hour. In fact, no names have been released at this point as police continue that investigation. Information, by the way, is being sought on possible suspects. So if you are a witness or if you have information to share, the Frederick Police Department would sure like to hear from you, so they are your contact in this shooting. Also yesterday, a fire reported at an apartment complex in Leavenworth had residents evacuated yesterday morning. About 30 residents all told. About 50 firefighters from multiple jurisdictions responded to the Berg Rose Apartments off Mine Street at about 9:30 yesterday morning. Chelan County Fire District 3 crews responded. The fire was confined to one apartment in that complex. It was successfully evacuated. And again, there were some smoke damage to some of the other rooms as well. The residents are all back in the apartment now, except for the ones that were damaged by that fire. Smoke damage reported throughout as crews continued to ventilate and overhaul on the scene. Agencies responded, including Chelan County Fire District 1, 3, 6, along with Lake Wenatchee Fire and Rescue, Chelan County Sheriff's Office, and the Chelan County PUD. There were no injuries. Also, a little flare-up yesterday afternoon on the north flank of the Cougar Creek fire. Sent up quite a column of smoke, but with the help of helicopter water drops, they were able to prevent it from crossing Mad River. In the meantime, crews continue to tighten up control on that blaze as it holds steady at 71% containment. Public Information Officer Jacob Welsh gave his last video update from the fire Facebook page. His management team is downsizing now and preparing for a little rain.
This will be our last video update. We're not turning our backs on you. We're still going to keep putting information on Facebook, and you will be able to get updates. But this will be the last video update as we're downsizing our organization. I'll be going home today, back to see my family. Very excited about that. Another thing to be excited about is that four-letter word we've all been waiting to hear: rain. So there's a potential for rain tomorrow. A slight chance, and it'll just be a little bit, but anything really helps us out here. And the weather is going to be a little hotter and drier today before that cold front moves in. So today will be the hottest and driest day for a week and a half. Tomorrow, a cold front moves in, and it should bring a little bit of moisture, cooler air, but it will bring some windy conditions as well. Moving on into the weekend and next week, we're expecting to see wetter weather, a little bit cooler temperatures. So today you may see a little more smoke in the area, and a lot of that smoke is going to be from our neighbors up north, that being Okanagan County and British Columbia. Let's look at the map. The east flank, south flank, and west flank all really secure containment lines. Crews are going to continue chipping. They're going to be doing a lot of chipping, which is hard work, getting rid of those slash piles that we created when we widened roads to serve as containment lines. Also, they will be backhauling. So backhauling is removing the equipment no longer necessary on the fire line. That includes pumps, hoses, and some other equipment like big Fulda tanks that we use to support water.
Now, the Cougar Creek fire has burned more than 42,000 acres. 438 crew members are now working that incident, so that's been downsized. There are no more evacuation notices, and the forest closures in the area have also been reduced. Also, to the north, fire behavior remains active on the Crescent Mountain fire, now just under 50,000 acres. Over 947 firefighters remain on that scene. That fire now at 37% containment. Well, the Wenatchee Valley is experiencing a construction boom with new commercial, industrial, and residential development occurring on both sides of the river. In the East Wenatchee area, a new 66-lot subdivision is being built along 4th Street. Douglas County Land Services Manager Mark Kulas said the past couple of years has seen a boom in new construction.
One thing that we've noticed is that it's across many different varieties of construction. So it isn't sometimes sometimes you see that there's a particular sector of construction that is peaking, commercial and industrial, and other times it's residential. This seems to be spanning all of the types. So we have a robust industrial and commercial building going on. We have considerable home construction going on. It just is a good time for the construction industry and a good time for folks who are related to it.
Kulas said the new construction also results in a one-time revenue boost in terms of the amount of sales tax generated by the building industry. Manson School District music teacher Matt Brown has been selected as a finalist for Washington State Teacher of the Year. The award will be announced by State School Superintendent Chris Reichdahl at an awards ceremony at the Museum of Pop Culture in Seattle, and that's coming up on September 10th next week. Brown is one of 9 finalists from across the state. Each finalist was recently chosen as the Teacher of the Year for their individual regions. Brown graduated from the University of Washington in 2005 with a bachelor's degree in music education. He teaches 6th through the 12th grade band, as well as guitar and piano. Also teaches jazz, band, and choir. The 9 finalists will meet in Olympia this weekend to give speeches and conduct interviews. So we all wish Mr. Brown good luck. Hey, State Senator Brad Hawkins preparing to hit the road this month for a series of listening sessions around his 12th legislative district, which is comprised of Chelan, Douglas, and parts of Grant and Okanogan County. He told NCW Live News yesterday that he's found the listening sessions to be very useful, both in terms of him identifying and acting on the issues and concerns within his district.
Last year we gave that a try and people responded really positively, and so much so that we added sort of an extra day on this one, so it just wasn't quite so busy driving around the whole district and making all the stops and making sure we had adequate time to really hear from people and hear their thoughts and concerns and ideas, because I bring staff with me from Olympia. We have extra sets of ears to do the listening, and sometimes it leads, things I hear during the listening tour leads to either legislative ideas or budget requests and things like that for the upcoming session.
Now, the Senator Hawkins tour this year will include some of the same stops as last year, such as Leavenworth, Wenatchee, Chelan, along with a mix of new locations, including Cashmere, Coulee City, Soap Lake, Waterville, Bridgeport, and Twisp. In fact, if you go to our website at ncwlife.com, you'll find all the dates and times for that listening tour. Well, Bales, Pails, and Wagging Tails, the theme of this year's Chelan County Fair that kicked off yesterday at the fairgrounds in Cashmere. Fair featuring, of course, all the crowd favorites, including carnival, food booths, plenty of entertainment throughout each day. Pro West Rodeo is the featured attraction this weekend, with start times at 7 p.m. Saturday, 1 p.m. Sunday. The fairgrounds open at 10 o'clock each morning. Now, the FFA and 4-H livestock barns will also be open with showings and judging each day. Kids, put a lot of work into raising their livestock in preparation for Saturday's junior livestock auction. The Eastmont School District has even posted a video on their Facebook page that explains their FFA program.
My name is Jennifer Crane. I am one of the ag teachers in Eastmont School District. I teach at the junior high with 8th grade Introduction to Ag Science and 9th grade Animal Biology. I'm also one of the FFA advisors and get the privilege of seeing a lot of our students go through the entire program. Currently, as we're starting a brand new year, we are still growing and getting our students. Last year we had about 80 students involved between the 8th grade to the 12th grade. For the students, it's a huge responsibility because they're learning how to take care of something other than themselves. And for an 8th grader, that 8th and 9th grader, that's a huge thing. And I love seeing the kids. So it all takes in the watering, the feeding, and that's done at least twice a day. For the kids, it is a very sorrowful time. Being already through one other fair of that Sunday of saying goodbye to your animal, that is absolutely, it's very sorrowful. Some kids, they're great and they're happy to get rid of their animal. Get it away from me. I get to have my mornings back and don't have to wake up every single morning to go feed, and I can go do stuff with my friends and not have this responsibility. And that's some of the kids is mine. But some of the kids, they want to get rid of it. Some of them, it becomes their friend. So if you are interested in coming in and supporting our students, we have a lot of great students that are here. They're going to be your best leaders here in the future. Why not come support them? Tomorrow, on Thursday, is our market animal day. On Friday is our fitting and showing, where the kids are all going to look all nice and dressed up. Every single day we try to do that. And then Saturday is auction day. If you want to come out and purchase an animal or support the kids monetarily, more than welcome. Or if you just want to come say hi with us.
4-H, FFA, great organizations, and they're all up there at the Chelan County Fairgrounds. By the way, tonight, country music star Colin Ray takes the stage with a performance starting at 7 o'clock on the main stage.
Good.
Yeah,
They're trying to get Martha Ray, but she passed away a couple of years ago, I think. I'm not sure about that. Grant Olson's taking the day off. Good for Grant. He gets a 3-day weekend. That means Eric Granstrom will be in the anchor chair tonight for the news at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. 5, 6, and 10 right here on this very television station, available on demand on our website, ncwlife.com. You can also watch it on our Facebook page. If you so desire, we'll get it up and running about 5:30 or so to get your weekend going. Fill your head with all the information you need before you go out and do what I'm doing this weekend. Goof off. You want to be a part of the news team? You don't get paid, but you get our everlasting love and respect, or love anyway. Here's how it's done.
Same locations, folks, that Dan just mentioned. You can contact us on our website at ncwlife.com. Also, talk to us on Facebook and Twitter, where we post a lot of our stories. News at ncwlife.com, the address you should email us information to, and then our breaking news hotline. If you see it happening out there, call us at 888-6295. That's 888-NCWL.
62 degrees, quite a bit of sunshine out there today. Increasing clouds as the day progresses. Could see a raindrop or two and a little bit of wind tonight, and a cooler weekend coming your way. Going to take a break. When we come back, sports and everything else. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live this morning from Studio 44 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life channel.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by Local Tel. North Central Walk to End Alzheimer's is this Saturday at Pybus Public Market from 8:30 to 11. Friends, family, neighbors, strangers, and dogs are welcome to participate. Cancer Care of North Central Washington is having an open house this Sunday from 1 to 3. Take a tour, enjoy refreshments, and meet the many volunteers. For more information and other community events, visit ncwlife.com.
I have a doctor who knows what they're talking about.
It's just so much more hands-on and friendly than anywhere else I've ever been.
It's really great to walk into somewhere where you feel welcomed and you feel accepted.
We've just been grateful for the care and respect that we've been given there.
And here when I come to visit my doctor, I'm not afraid to ask questions.
It's not just about getting you in and out.
I love my care at CVCH. It's awesome. Give it a try.
And welcome back. It's an adult portion of sports, so kids, turn away from the television. Here we go. First of all, the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard from last night. We got soccer. Quincy knocked off Chelan in a non-league game, as we mentioned at the top of the show. Eastmont and Cashmere couldn't get going because of the air quality. By the way, if the air quality affects the weekend schedule for Prep, we'll be sure to let you know. They did play volleyball last night, and luckily they play that indoors. Here are your final results, including Chelan sweeping Wenatchee in a bit of an upset. Very busy Prep football schedule gets underway tonight. Antioch will host Selkirk, and you know what happens when those two teams get together? You can just throw the records right out the window. You can see the rest of the schedule, including, you're not being rude, you're just insulting, taking on Cashmere, both Eastmont and Wenatchee, the two local big schools on the road. And again, if smoke plays havoc with the schedule, we will let you know on our Facebook page and on our website. So the Eastmont Wildcats opened up their season last week with a very impressive 20-0 victory over Wilson High School out at Tacoma. So going back to last season, that makes 6 in a row for the Wildcats. Senior linebacker and captain Jaron Snyder says the team rallies around the covenant.
Dedication, family, and strength. So a dedicated family is strong. That's kind of our covenants. You know.
What does that mean for you being a part of this team and being a senior this year?
Giving 100% and everything, staying after, doing extra work, family, you know, getting to know guys I don't talk to necessarily every day more and more, getting to know each other. And the strength part is like mentally and physically, so you got to know what you're doing, but also put in the time in the weight room to get better.
Yeah, Eastmont pitched a shutout, and needless to say, Coach Michael Dahm pretty happy with the defense. He wants to see a little improvement on offense tonight as Eastmont travels down to Pasco to take on the Bulldogs. Coach Dahm says while they enjoyed the win last Friday and the 6 wins in a row going back to last season, doesn't necessarily mean the Wildcats have arrived just yet.
Enjoy the wins. I mean, you don't want to forget to enjoy, the wins and enjoy successes, but as soon as you're done with the win, it's time to start working on week 2. You can't think about what you've done. You got to think about where you're going. And as far as the culture goes, it's always a build. As soon as you think you've got it nailed and as soon as you think you're where you need to be, you're starting to fall behind. So we got to continue to get better every week and not think about, we're here, we're not there yet.
So Eastmont goes for win number 7 in a row tonight, taking on the Bulldogs down in Pasco. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. The Wenatchee Panthers have a long bus trip all the way to Lewiston, Idaho, looking for their first victory of the season. They have a 4-game losing streak going back to last year. Coach Scott Devereaux says that means improving on pass defense after the Panthers rendered 5 touchdown passes last week.
Well, the guy we played last week was really good. The guy from Lewiston isn't quite at that level, but he is good. He's actually probably a better runner and passer. But I think we're prepared for the deep ball now, since we saw them flying quite a bit last week. And so our focus is just on us, improve what we do, and get better day to day.
We asked senior linebacker Jaden Christopherson if you just try and forget a 52-0 loss.
Yes and no. Erase the doubt from last week, but also keep that in your mind to learn from your mistakes and just get better from it.
Wenatchee at Lewiston, 7 o'clock. And again, the air is not real good in Lewiston. We'll let you know. They have to take a long bus trip, so if that game is postponed, we'll be sure to let you know. Lots of prep action going on. There is your schedule. That is a prep soccer schedule on Saturday. Looks like the air quality is going to be just fine for all of those games. Go out and watch the local ladies on the pitch. A couple of volleyball matches tomorrow. Cashmere will host Clay Elm. Central Valley is at Wenatchee. The first cross-country meets of the season gets going. Eastmont and Wenatchee at Shadle Park Invite. That's a 9 a.m. start. Cashmere and Cascade travel to Moses Lake for their invitational at 10 o'clock. The Wenatchee Wild begin defense of their BCHL championship. Tonight, they're in Vernon to take on the Vipers at 7 o'clock. Then they'll play the Eagles in Surrey tomorrow night at 7. Lots going on over the weekend. A full slate of racing at the WVSO. It's the Les Schwab night, and you can see all the action that's going on. Go watch the guys drive fast and turn left. The gates open at 5. Racing starts at 6. The 10th annual Cascade Couples Championship takes place at Leavenworth. And the 46th annual Lake Chelan Sailing Regatta. That sounds kind of cool. Gets underway Saturday at 10 o'clock and then Sunday at 2 o'clock. Of course, we got the college football. Let me tell you about the college football. Central Washington's on the road to take on Western Oregon. The Huskies try to rebound. They take on North Dakota. Eastern Washington's in Northern Arizona. San Jose State is at Wazoo. Night game on the Pac-12 Network. Here we go. Mariners, Yankees doing battle tonight. The first of 3 games. Of course, the Bronx Bombers in the middle of that wild card American League race with Oakland and Seattle. First pitch at 7:10. James Paxton, Masahiro Tanaka on the mound. And the Seahawks start their NFL season on Sunday. They're in Denver to take on the Broncos. Quarterback Russell Wilson says preparations this week, not surprisingly, bolstered by the addition and the return of Earl Thomas.
Guys, we're really excited. Obviously, I think just to have our brother back, all the hard work he's done, and everything. I think that we all love Earl, and the way that he prepares. Just him coming out for the first walkthrough yesterday. Just how zoned in he is and how locked in his eyes are, and just he loves the game. He wants to be the best to ever do it, and he arguably is. So I think that as a friend, Earl and I've been close for quite a bit now, and I think that just to see him back and seeing what he loves to do, he loves his family, and he loves playing football, and so I think that he's in a good place to be ready to play and play well.
Seahawks, Broncos, Sunday afternoon on your local Fox station, and that's sports at 28 minutes after the hour. We're behind schedule, so let's do today's obscure holiday. Today is National Salami Day. There, we'll move on now. Got nothing to say. Let's move on to today in history. 2 items. The Blitz began 78 years ago today. Over 1,500 Luftwaffe planes began to bomb London indiscriminately for 50 consecutive nights. So eventually the Blitz would last 8 months, 5 days, 40,000 Londoners and British people were eventually killed, almost all of them civilians, but they got through it. The Blitz began 78 years ago today. And happy birthday to the Entertainment and Sports Programming Network. ESPN began broadcasting from Bristol, Connecticut on this date 39 years ago today. The first sports broadcast they ever did, slow pitch softball. They've gotten better. And finally, birthdays at 29 after the hour. It is football season. One of the legends of all football history, Paul Brown, was born in the state in 1908. Co-founder and the first coach of the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are named after their coach. Maybe we should change it to the Seattle Carrols. Just a thought. He did almost everything in the world of football. He was the first coach to actually film games, to scout opponents, to hire a full-time staff of assistants, to test players on their knowledge. He invented the face mask, the taxi squad, the draw play. He's a football legend, Paul Brown, born in the state in 1908, passed away in 1991 at the age of 82. Buddy Holly, my favorite. Charles Hardin Holly, born in the state in 1936 in Lubbock, Texas, passed away at the tender age of 22. Buddy Holly would have been 82 years old today, the single most influential creative force in the early days of rock and roll. Nothing against Elvis or Jerry Lee Lewis or Chuck Berry or Fats Domino or Ray Charles or Sam Cooke or any of the Giants. Buddy Holly, my favorite, born in the state in 1936. Marge Simpson is 68 years old today. Julie Kavner, first arrived on television screens as Rhoda Morgenstern's sister. Now she's been the voice of Marge Simpson for the last 30-some-odd years. She's 68 years old today. And Diane Warren, the American songwriter and a good one, is 62 years old today. At one time, she had 7 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 on the same week by 7 different artists. Even I haven't done that. 30 minutes after the hour. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, everyone is entitled to Mike Magnotti's opinion. I hope he talks about salami, since we just had to pass right past that. And then my conversation with the good ladies from Cancer Care of North Central Washington. They do great work. You're going to love this. Norma and Becky will be joining me in the second half of the program. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live this morning from Studio 15 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life Channel.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by Local Tel. Ponderosa Players Youth Theater presents Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs this Friday and Saturday. It's happening at the Ponderosa Clubhouse in Leavenworth. Saturday is also the Leavenworth Fall Wine Walk from 12 to 5:30. Visit 20 tasting rooms and special tasting sites and receive special prizes. For more information and other community events, visit ncwlife.com.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Eastern Washington. It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
The Arbiter of Stoke is a series that highlights a variety of outdoor adventure sports that are available in the Pacific Northwest. I dedicate my time to enjoying this natural playground. The decision is yours. How will you keep your stoke?
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, okay, I need to know, does my wife Rosie have some kind of superpower? It seems like everywhere I'm about to go, she either gets there first or gets in my way. Now, the other day I was about to get a paper towel, and as soon as I turned in that direction, she got between me and the paper towel dispenser. And she put something in the trash. You know, another time I just turned to go into our kitchen computer, and as I headed there, she got in front of me, already sitting down at the desk. You know, and it's not just in our home where this happens, it's everywhere. And not only that, just as I'm about to do something, like open a window, she says to me, "Mike, open the window." This happens all the time. Now I need to know, does every wife do this? I really think I need to report this to someone. I mean, this is a miracle. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
This is State Representative Kerry Kandata inviting you to watch our new and improved 12th District 2.0 show. Now featuring more information on federal, state, and local issues in a leaner, faster format. Guest hosts John Wise and Shiloh Shower bring it all home with yours truly, Kerry Kandata. Why do we call it 2.0? Because just like me, it's the stronger, faster, and lighter version of today's politics. Also available on demand at ncwlife.com.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Cashmere. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old fresh and new again, the Antique Mall at Cashmere is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Cashmere has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Cashmere's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
You don't want to see this happen. It's the oil light on your car. Oil is the lube of life for your car's engine. At Alignment Pros and Express Lube, they pour the best oil your car deserves. Expect fast, friendly, superior service in a clean environment. They'll change your oil and perform a 21-point inspection while you enjoy the comfort of their amazing waiting room. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
And welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. What are you doing this Sunday? You don't have any plans? I got something for you to do, and it's all for a good cause. We're celebrating the 25th anniversary. I'll just hold the poster up. Cancer Care of North Central Washington. There you go. They've been around for 25 years. They do great work. It's all because of the community that we live in, the community that we love and call home. And my guest today to talk about the big party on Sunday, and it is going to be a party. It's going to be a wingding, and a whole bunch more about Cancer Care of North Central Washington. My far left is Norma Scovill.
Perfect.
Thank you. And Becky Elwell is to my immediate left. Thanks for doing the show.
Oh, thanks for having us.
It's good to see you here. You're a first-timer, so you all get to do the traditional first-timer question, which is, tell us a little bit about yourselves. You go first.
Wow. Well, I'm almost a local now in the Valley. I've been here 20 years, and they say when you've been here 20 years, you're almost there. So...
Well, if you make it to 25, we'll have a party for you.
I know. But yes, have been involved with Cancer Care for 10 years, on the board for 7. So it's been a really great experience. And what this nonprofit does, it serves a population in our valley that is totally locally supported, that has far-reaching results to help cancer patients through this journey that no one planned on. So it's just, we can't say enough good about it. I think it's easy to represent. Becky's been a part of it from the beginning. I mean, you are the face of this place. Wow.
Is that true?
I wouldn't
Norma
call myself
lie,
the face of this place. No, because I'm almost a local now, so I would not push it. So you are the face and the heart.
A lot of people are part of that.
Yes, it's a team.
And so, it's a team effort. But I have been involved from the beginning. In 1993, Betsy Tontini, who kind of spearheaded the idea of our house, approached me. We became friends, and she asked if I would like to be involved in some capacity. And so I ended up being a volunteer coordinator, coordinating volunteers to...
So the need was there, and I guess maybe we
Uh-huh.
should start with that. What exactly does Cancer Care of NCW do, and the residents there on Castle Rock Street? It's there for what reason?
It is there to serve a portion of our population that gets a cancer diagnosis, and now what? This was not part of the plan. And a lot of our guests are from out of town. They're from the Okanagan Valley, and they may not even opt for treatment if they have to drive back and forth to Wenatchee for treatment. And it really provides a home away from home. Our house does. And that is so comforting, and it's amazing. When you visit there, you realize what this place does. And all the people that come together, the volunteers that we, goodness, in so many capacities, volunteers serving in ways where, you know, they're working on the landscaping, they're answering the telephone, they're writing thank yous. They'll do anything to help. And what a range of talent, just phenomenal. And in addition to that, Our House is the main project of Cancer Care of North Central Washington, but we also have a social services committee that works very hard in helping individuals. And that is so important too, because there are needs. I mean, simple needs like food, gas cards, basic needs that we can help with. Also, we do work hand in hand with other nonprofits in the Valley, and I know Becky can attest to this. We do things with, it would be with Wellness Place.
That's the first thing I thought about,
yes.
Wellness Place.
There's coordinating there and how maybe certain particular circumstances can be where an individual needs help, and you do that in a sense together. Even was it the Brave Warrior Project with children with cancer? If we can help in any way, that way we will too. The other part that I think is little known is the fact that we do help with scholarships, and this year we assisted 9 students, nursing students, with scholarships, and it's just really something I think that really benefits so much in the community, but also for us. We also, we've had nursing students on the board where they would serve a year, and they aren't voting, but they learn the whole ropes of what it's like to be on a board. It's just a whole learning experience. And so one of our current board members was a nursing student. Now she's a hospice nurse. Now she's on the board. It's a great thing to know you've got that wonderful breadth of experience.
You've been with the organization, Norma, for 10 years.
Yeah.
How did this end up on your radar? How did you end up being a part of the Cancer Care Group?
A good friend of mine, John. I have to say his name, John Saunders, because he's been a volunteer for many years. And we were at a fundraising event, and we were sitting there, and all of a sudden John and I got left at the table. Everybody else went to get food, and John and I are looking at each other. We weren't good friends then, but we are now for sure. I mean that, John. And, and all I could think of was, it came to my mind, I thought, wonder what John does to make him get up in the morning when his feet hit the floor. I can't wait to do this. There's something in life that you have to do. Oh. Whoops. Am I still here? Is there something in life
Norma's still there, right? Yes, Norma, you're still here. Congratulations. Go on.
Super.
Something hit the floor.
So I asked John, I said, what do you do that really motivates you to get up in the morning and be excited about something? He says, giving back. And he said, I volunteer at this place called Our House, Cancer Care. And there's a girl named Becky over there. You got to call her. You got to call her. And so that's how it all evolved. John set the pace, went there to visit with me to see you, and then the rest is history because you get involved, and volunteering is, to me, giving back, volunteering, it's the heartbeat of your community. It truly
Amen
is.
to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Becky, explain to people exactly what your job is.
Okay. I am the Cancer Care Coordinator at Our House, and I just coordinate the activities of the house, making sure that we have it staffed with volunteers, that we have ongoing
the whole ongoing operations of the house. That's right. And Becky is not a person who seeks a lot of attention, but she makes it all happen.
Well, if you don't want to seek a lot of attention, this show is perfect.
That's
Are you guys, I don't want to interrupt, are you guys busy? I mean, is it like always busy?
There are times when we are overflowing and we wish we could take on more guests. And then there are times in the summer, wouldn't you say, the house may not be full, but it's close. And so we have 8 bedrooms, and that 8th bedroom we don't always use because it's really a sitting room, wouldn't you say? But if we need it, we will use it. And it's, you need to be there to really see the dynamics of our guests when they're together. They become a family.
And you're going to have a chance to do that Sunday.
Absolutely.
This Sunday for the big open. Now, we'll talk about that in just a minute.
Yeah.
We have a video. You brought a video with you.
Absolutely.
It's called Daryl's Story. It was done by North 40 Productions last year. Give folks an idea of what they're about ready to see. Who wants to preview the video for our audience? You want to do that, Becky? What are they going to see?
You're going to see a former guest from our house that was willing to take us on his journey from the time he found out about our house to the process of staying there. And it's just a beautiful video.
It is. It's a beautiful video. It's worth 4 minutes of your time. It's called Daryl's Story, and here it is.
It started out with just a little mark on my face. And I came down to the dermatologist, and he called me 2 days later and says, "Daryl, you've got melanoma." Took the wind right out of my sails. You kind of figure life is over with.
I think anytime you hear the word cancer, there's kind of a fear and what's ahead of us and where do we go from here?
I've got 3 children. I've got 6 grandkids. When you've got that to live for, that gives me the strength to fight. And I did. I am.
It's important that we fight this cancer, and I want to be there to help him. When Daryl was scheduled to have radiation treatments, it was like, okay, do we drive down there and back every day?
The distance is always on your mind because that's a 200-mile round trip.
The stress of driving, you don't know how the weather's going to be, especially in the winter when we were traveling. And we didn't know how he would feel having the treatments.
A lot of our patients come from a long distance away. In order for those patients to get the care that they need, they're displaced from their home for a considerable period of time. That means they're not sleeping in their own bed, and they don't always have people that are there to support them the way that we would like them to be when they're close to home.
The staff at the Radiation Oncology Department at Confluence Health spoke highly of our house.
Our house helps me meet the needs of the patients just because it allows these people to be able to make that decision that they will get treatment.
It was just no-brainer, you know, to be able to come down here and get your treatments, relax, not worry about roads, not worry about the expense of things.
So they come in much more relaxed, and the treatments themselves are much more effective.
As his primary caregiver, it was a relief to me to know that he was able to come back here every day in a nice, peaceful place and rest if he wanted to, have something to eat. It's just comfortable. There's not one iota of stress. It's easy to be here.
In knowing that you have a place to go to while you're going through your treatments, it takes the pressure off of your mind.
If it wasn't for our house, Daryl's treatments would not have gone as smoothly as they did, and he wouldn't have been able to get the additional support that he got from everyone here that we really, really appreciated.
Having a resource like our house really does improve the community, and it helps our patients do much better over the course of time.
Powerful stuff. Good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So compelling.
Yeah, great story. And it gave you a really good chance to look at the inside of the campus and the sort of setup that you have there on Castle Rock Street. You mentioned when we were watching the video, people drive by that every day and don't know what it is. They do now.
They do.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, indeed. Yes.
And we're also talking, while we were watching the video, about the importance of volunteers. No volunteers, it kind of doesn't fly, does it?
No.
Doesn't happen.
It
No,
would
it
not
doesn't.
be. No, there's a wheel, and they make the wheel go around, and
absolutely
it's
do.
just, it's an experience that you just, when you're part of it, you just makes you want. It's hard to take it all in. It's just so great. Yeah, and it's. Yeah.
You're a nonprofit. You're a 501(c)(3).
Yes.
Obviously, the question is, where do you get the money? This doesn't.
Well, 25 years, there were a lot of initial fundraisers that had taken place in the very beginning, and so there were a lot of funds that were collected, and then over the last 25 years, donors have been committed in helping support. So there are donors who give, and we are just so thankful for that they believe in what happens here, and the funds. We're a very frugal group. We have a wonderful relationship with the Community Foundation. And so those funds that are collected are well preserved there. And so the interest is often money that was what we use to do certain projects. And then we also have 2 other fundraisers during the year too, with our Make a Difference Day and the Birthday Bash. So, but there are other donations along the way. We do raffles. We have an American Girl doll basket that is utterly phenomenal, and probably well worth over $1,000+ where a very generous person has put that together and donated that for us to be able to raffle that off. And there just are numerous giving type of things that happen there.
I have your pamphlet here, which, by the way, it answers any question that you need about meals, how long can you stay, what do you need to bring, all that stuff. There's a typo here that you need to know about. It says, what is the cost of staying at our house? And it says, for those able to contribute, a donation of $20 per night is requested. That's obviously a mistake. Is that really all you ask for people to?
No, we even hesitate. We don't even
It's a donation.
use the word
Yes.
cost. I mean, because it's so strictly donation.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you might, I don't know if you want to get that fixed. So you saw the video, Daryl's story. Are people, is this just a place where people can just be themselves and not have to worry about fighting the big C? Or is there actually treatment going on at our house in correlation with, say, Confluence Health or something like that? Do they overlap?
Yes. Well, the patients are referred from Confluence Health to us when they are beginning their treatment. So the majority of patients are staying with us 4 nights a week during their treatment days for 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes longer. And so they're there for all of their treatment time.
Have you had some people who fought the big C and won the big fight and end up being a part of the cancer care family that come back to volunteer and help out?
Oh my goodness.
Oh yes.
My guess is that happens
You
quite a
can't
bit.
count on your hands.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
The majority of people that stay at our house are from out of town, but it's amazing the people that will come back, make that, come back that distance from where they live to volunteer with the yard cleanup. We had someone that moved here from Moses Lake that right away wanted to be involved, wanted to be volunteering in some capacity.
Well, my guess is you can never have enough volunteers, right?
Never, no.
And
we
are always looking for volunteers.
Because there also is another part where we do provide transportation for our guests if they need transportation to their treatments. So Becky also coordinates, along with Wanda Snyder, rides for people to get to their treatments. So that's another facet.
Talk about Sunday. This sounds like a pretty cool little wing-ding here.
Yeah.
It's the 25th anniversary celebration. First of all, anything in the last 25 years. Thank you very much for throwing that up, Kat. Anything in the last 25 years has got some pretty good staying power. What's the plan for the open house on Sunday afternoon? What can people look forward to?
Go for it, Becky. Food.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go.
And also Dr. Coomer, an oncologist at
We're very
Confluence
familiar with
Health.
Bradley. He's a great guy. He's been in before.
He's coming to speak.
Oh, good.
We're gonna, and so that'll be really, I think, wonderful to have his input. And so, given that, we will have volunteers, guests, supporters, who will be there just to celebrate.
Anyone from the community that would like to come, we would love to have you. We're going to be taking people on tours of the house. So if you haven't been to our house, this would be the time to drop in and say hello.
It's also a good time to probably not only learn more about our house, but also maybe volunteer a little bit.
Yes.
Maybe cut you a check. If people want to help you out financially, do they go straight to the Community Foundation North Central Washington, or
they would come to Cancer Care of
Okay.
North Central Washington, our house at Castle Rock.
Do we get everything in there? Did we touch on anything? How do we get you guys out of business? There's a question for you. How do we drive you guys out of business?
Beat cancer.
We're getting there.
I know,
That's
I know.
what I'm told.
I know. And
So-
you know what? That would be our greatest dream, and we would pursue something wherever the need would be, right?
Absolutely, yes.
The open house for the 25th anniversary, it's on 1708 Castle Rock. You can't miss it. It's from 1 to 3 o'clock on Sunday. All I can say is cake and refreshments. That's usually all I need. Ladies, keep up the good fight, keep up the good work, and don't be strangers. Come by and see me whenever you want, all right?
Thank
you.
Did you
Thank
bring
you
the
so
check,
much.
Doug, by the way? It's $100 to do the show.
Oh, you know, I
And
knew
they-
it was expensive.
Well, you're a nonprofit. If you're a for-profit, it's $1,000. So, you know, you came out all right. Thanks, ladies. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Tacos Chava has something new. Customers at Tacos Chava say it's the best Mexican food around. Nachos, enchiladas, tortas, ensaladas, and introducing camarones in many styles. You'll love the fresh salsa bar with so much selection. Are you ready for Tacos Chava? Find them at 2 great locations, the Wenatchee Valley Mall and ENIAC. Tacos Chava, tan delicioso.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house, featuring great family dining in downtown Chelan. We've got burgers, pub fare, and the best barbecue around. Try one of our award-winning sauces made fresh here in-house. So grab the whole gang and come on down. Stormy Mountain Brewing. Beer, barbecue, friends, and beer.
And we are back. Norma and Becky, they're a hoot, I'm telling you. Looking forward to that event on Sunday. It is Friday, so let's take one more look at your weekend weather forecast. And we do have that low pressure that's going to be coming in, but it's kind of lost its punch a little bit. As we walk our way through this Friday, you'll notice the clouds begin to thicken up. By 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, it will be mostly cloudy skies, but still fairly mild, about 86 or 87 for the afternoon high. Not a lot of wind to speak of today, but the wind's going to pick up in intensity tonight, 7 to 16 miles an hour, a northwest wind. There's a 20% chance of precipitation tonight. We could certainly use that. It's been a long time since we've had any kind of rain. And maybe a rain. So yeah, it's going to be changing up a little bit. But a good-looking weekend. If you're heading to the Chelan County Fair, no problem. Saturday, lots of sunshine, 77. Nice light wind, so it'll be chilly in the morning, but very comfortable in the afternoon. Mostly cloudy Saturday night, 57 for the overnight low. Sunshine again Sunday, and a high of 78 degrees with a light and variable wind. We could certainly use a little bit of rain. It's in the forecast. Maybe tonight. We're holding out hope for it. And middle of next week, we have another good chance of measurable rain. That's about it for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Everybody have a great weekend. Go out and enjoy the Chelan County Fair. If you get a chance, wherever you go this weekend, take us along. We're portable. You can watch us anytime you want. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.